Is an issue that touches each of our lives. My father and his family are from all over in Europe and in India. My mother's family from Musqueam all the way back. This is an issue that is a human issue. We want to call people refugees, but at the end of the day, every one of us is a human being first.
When people from the university, when I was studying, were also killed, were kidnapped and killed, I suffered my second displacement. This time, I went to knock the doors of the Canadian consulate. I found reception. I found warmness. People very, very warm. Went with my family, and we were welcomed in that consulate. We were brought to Canada in less than a week. We were fortunate. We had the privilege of coming to this land.
My name is Alan Karim, and I am the cousin of Alan and Ghalib. For the past few years, my mom has supported her family in the Middle East, putting food on their tables and paying for their rent. When she heard the tragic news, she was devastated and thought she had failed them. There was no help from third parties, and she was all alone, helping them. The refugees are desperate. They need help from the whole world. We are all one, regardless of where we come from. We need change. We need change in this system to sustain humanity and deliver peace to the ones living in horrors. Thank you.
On behalf of the Kurdish community, I would like to thank our Coast Salish community and nations for allowing us to take refuge on Turtle Island on Coast Salish territory. Thank you. A wake-up call. Abdullah Kurdi said that his family's death is a wake-up call for the world. Alan Kurdi woke up the world. His body on that shore is the outcome of our silence. The millions of refugees, Kurdish, Arab, Christian, Yazidi, and other minorities have been crying out to the world. But nobody listened until Alan's little body surfaced.
We know the realities and what creates and displaces people and creates refugees. We know that climate change has a big part to play. The Syrian civil war was instigated by a massive drought that left farmers without their crops and were displaced initially from the rural areas into the cities. And then that's when the civil war happened. We know that we're displacing people in Canada as well. And I think that it's important to recognize that the first displaced people in Canada were Indigenous people. And in the tar sands area, we know that people can't live on those lands anymore. And in terms of Canada's taking responsibility for the level of carbon emissions, for considering climate activists and environmentalists as terrorists through these policies, we know that they are blocking every single opportunity that we have to addressing climate change. And we not only do this at home, but we do this abroad as well. We have to connect these issues together. It's not just a matter of opening our homes to refugees, but it's also a matter of holding the government responsible for the climate crimes. It's also a matter of having an anti-war analysis around Syria and around Afghanistan and Iraq. We need to not only hold these people accountable, but make it impossible for them to do the work that they're doing, because they're destroying people's lives and they're destroying the land.
Right now, as we stand here, there are 60 million refugees around the world. It's the highest number since the Second World War. And in this period, our government has reduced the number of refugees being accepted by 30%. They've done this in a lot of ways. One of the most recent was in 2012. They started making it mandatory for people seeking asylum to get certified by the United Nations before they can apply here. That didn't have to happen until 2012. People applying for asylum are in a state of emergency. If you can imagine what it would be like if we applied that same logic to an emergency happening in our own communities. If you woke up one night and your house was on fire and you thought your children might die, and you picked up the phone and you dialed 911, and on the other end they said, "Prove it." Can you go to the United Nations and get them to give you a piece of paper that proves that your house is on fire? And once you do that, it's going to be a 4-year waiting period. We have to understand that these are people who are fleeing an entire land that is on fire. And this government has the audacity to suggest that the way to solve that is by dropping bombs on that land.
Stop bombing!
In 2013, we only welcomed 1,093 Syrian refugees into this country. There are millions of them. In 1979 and 1980, as a country, we moved in those 2 years to welcome over 60,000 refugees from Southeast Asia, mostly Vietnam. In one 4-day period in 1980, on an island off of Malaysia, Canadian officials personally signed up over 1,200 refugees and put them on planes and brought them here. In 4 days, they brought more people here than we did in the entire year for the Syrian refugees in 2013. I have another joke. Tell me if you've heard it. A Kurdish person, an Eritrean person, and a Filipino person walk into a bar. Before they can say anything, the bartender says, "There's no space for you here." But before they leave, all the people in that bar, the people who give that bar power, give it its business, stand up out of their seats, and they say with one voice, "I see a whole lot of room here. Please come in." Thank you.
Refugee, nice, are welcome here. Mother Earth is everyone's home. Refugees are welcome here. Mother Earth is everyone's home. Last time, oh, refugees are welcome here. Oh, refugees are welcome here. Oh, as my neighbor, nice. Refugees are welcome here.
Stay strong. Keep the song. Stay strong. Peace be with you. Thank you for the invitation.